replaced it with a bunker gear / hose dryer. And the thermal imagers, the maintenance on them is getting real high, and they have been replaced mainly with some UASC funds. We've replaced them all. So we'd like to try to give this to someone that could possibly use them.
The thermal imaging, you said the maintenance was high. Are they in a smaller department for it?
I don't know. I know last time, just the chargers alone are about $300, and we're going through 2 of those a year on the charger part of it. And then we had to put a screen in one, and it runs about $1,500. So it's just going to be whether they want to take the maintenance on. That's why we quit using them.
Chief, or maybe this question is for Randy. Randy, do we need to auction these items off, or can we give these to a different department?
They can be donated to a different department.
Okay.
Or auction or whatever you want to do.
I know that
Auctioning, sounds like
there's not enough to, yeah. On the thermal imagers, maybe we could donate those to smaller fire departments around that don't have anything.
Chet Thompson has a lot of contacts with lots of smaller departments because he does a lot of air pack maintenance, and he can do some check and see where we can go with them.
As you know, they're also good in case of a crisis situation for police departments. They can see how many people are alive in the house. And they're also great for tornadoes, as we know. Okay. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the donation. Wait, to approve this motion.
Okay, thank you.
Second motion.
Thank you. Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? I would like to say one thing. Scott Singer's the new police chief in Piedmont. Would you guys like one?
Yes.
Can we do that, Randy? I know it's not on this item, but could we put an item in the future to do that? Or can the chief donate them to whoever he wants?
I think it could be decided where they want to be donated and then approve that.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second to pass the item.
Actually, in this motion, we're authorizing the donation.
The donation, so the chief can do that, right?
But it seems like it's in his court.
That's
Okay.
what we've done it. That's what we've done before.
Okay. Then we call for the vote.
It's up to you.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Item number 4 is consider renaming New Bryant Avenue between Southeast 4th and Southeast 8th to Veterans Parkway.
Mayor and council, I don't really think that roadway has a name, but it's what we've always referred to as New Bryant. It's the park road. It starts there at Southeast 4th and extends through the park itself. And the Veterans Committee is recommending this name change. They would like to have renamed that entire mile, but we talked to some of the property owners and they weren't in favor of that. So they're satisfied with that stretch of roadway from 4th Street South to 8th Street, which is the first street south of the bridge, which is Southeast 7th that crosses the park. It'll be the first street south of that that extends back west in JD Estates.
Okay.
If there's any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them.
Will that affect many homes in terms of their?
No homes.
Okay, I didn't think so.
It's just parkland.
I move to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. I know the veterans will be happy about that. I know I am. Would you call for the vote, please?
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 5 is consider approval of a second assistant city manager position in the city manager's office and supplement the budget accordingly.
Mayor, council, we've had just some general conversations about this for quite some time now, actually probably several years, as to at what point this would be necessary. And I think we're there now with regard to the things that are happening in our community, the amount of projects, the amount of work that's going on out there in the world, with these HUD funds coming up and just all the things that are going on. My one assistant city manager that you all certainly know, Stan, he's overwhelmed at all times with regard to trying to keep up with things that he's normally responsible for and that we ask him to be responsible for. So in those discussions, I believe it's time to have a second assistant city manager in our department. to divide up some of the work, and also, frankly, what it's going to do is free up Stan to get out into the field more and be more involved with these projects, and hopefully we'll be able to overcome that thinking that some folks have that we get behind on these projects, which we have been, and we don't want to be there. Particularly these funds that are coming up that have a limited window of being able to spend them over the next few years. And so that's my recommendation, is that we create this position.
Here's one of the good things. Usually when Steve goes on vacation, Stan and I redo a street. So now we'll be able to redo 2 streets. So, that's the good news.
That's the only downside that I can anticipate.
Yeah. So, anybody want to make a
I
motion?
make a motion to approve the second assistant city manager position.
Okay, you get to pick the street then.
I'll second that.
And he gets to pick the second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
So we're probably going to approve this, and then I have some things for Todd right away, so is he ready? Is he
He's fired up and ready to
All
go.
right, great.
I don't see Todd's name on this item. But that'll be after Steve, I guess. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, would you call for the vote?
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Item carries. Congratulations, Todd. All right. Item number 6 is consider approval of a lease with Serve More for partial use of the building at 224 South Chestnut Avenue.
Mayor, you all authorized us a couple of meetings ago, I think, to have some discussions with Chris and Sean with Serve More about their potential use of part of the old police department, health department building. We've had numbers of discussions with them, and I sent you all out. Hopefully you had a chance to look at it. A proposed lease with them, and it's going to be about half of the building, the north half of that building over there. That'll be included. This lease is similar to one, or based on one that we obtained from the Community Services building, which is a building in Norman that actually the state of Oklahoma owns and subleases it out, but to various nonprofits. And that's kind of the goal, I think, of what Serve More has, not only for them to occupy it, but for other entities that may be nonprofits or groups that can assist them and help our community either now or in times of issues or crises in the future. So the lease basically is that, again, for about the north half of the space, it's 1-year lease, renewable annually. There's a $10 a year for the lease amount, and then they would pay a pro rata share of the utilities, the electricity and the natural gas for the 50%-ish of the space over there. The other part of the building we're going to at least keep for now, primarily for storage at the moment until we have a longer term use determined for the building. And there was some insurance requirements, I think, that we're still talking to them about in terms of making sure that they've got the insurance necessary to occupy the building, but I think that'll be taken care of.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. If you
Thank
have any
you.
questions, I'd be glad to answer them, but Steve covered it quite well.
I make a motion to approve this lease.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? Anybody opposed? No? Let's call for the vote.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries.
Thank you,
Thank you very
gentlemen.
much.
Again, thank you so much for what you and
Yeah.
your guys do. Thank you so much.
At this time, we'll recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. All the members are still present that were present before. Item number 7 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held October 6, 2014. Item B, approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2014-2015 in the amount of $448,640.72.
Move to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Anybody get all their claims questions answered? Any notes or changes to the minutes? If so, would you call for the vote?
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 8 is consider approval of a 3-year agreement with Script Care Ltd. for prescription drug management services with options for successive additional initial term periods. That's hard to say.
Mayor and trustees, Gallagher, which you're aware of, is our new health benefit consultants, has shopped the market for prescription drug management services. They received proposals from 3 quality companies. Gallagher has reviewed the proposals and has recommended Script Care to provide our pharmacy management services. Script Care was not the lowest proposal, but we believe that it is the best overall value for the plan. Gallagher believes that there is a potential savings of about $100,000 per year compared to our current agreement with Script Care. We currently have an agreement with Script Care, and we've had it for several years, and they've worked very well. But this is a little bit different type of pricing plan, more of a transparent plan that where we're better aware of the type of rebates and things that we should get back. So we believe, and Gallagher believes, that this will be a much better contract for us. And Jerry Guy with Gallagher is here to answer any questions that you might have.
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, where's the majority of those savings come from? Is just low prices on the drugs then, or?
Your old
Jerry.
contract.
Jerry,
Good evening, by the way. This is my first time to be in front of you. Your current contract was priced in such a way that you were paying for each prescription that was filled, and you were not capturing all of the rebates that can be acquired when people do buy name brand drugs. The drug manufacturers provide marketing incentives. Those are not fully being passed through by contract. Under the new deal, Script Care will receive a per employee per month amount without regard to how many scripts are filled, and will transmit all of the rebates back to the city. So between those two factors, we anticipate that, and there's more savings to come as we get in and start implementing some of the internal pieces to the program. That'll be for a later date.
All right, well, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you.
I have one question for you.
Yes,
Where did, and this may be for Gary. Okay, the employees, where do they actually go to get their prescriptions? Like Walmart or?
Virtually any pharmacy.
Oh, any
Walmart.
pharmacy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all in this. This contract is for what we would call a pharmacy benefit management company.
Right.
They provide the drug card usage, and they go out and contract with all of the pharmacies for discounts.
Okay.
Right now, our folks use Walgreens, CVS.
So you're basically the wholesaler?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
there is a few small pharmacies that may not be on there, but if they want to be on, then
They can
they could
easily get-
apply to be on.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item number 9, let the record reflect that all the members are still present. Item number 9, item A, is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held October 6, 2014. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2014-2015 in the amount of $222,570.26.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion, or any claims, questions, any notes or changes to the minutes? Not, would you call for the vote?
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham, Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and convene the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting. Terry's not here. I think it's you, David.
Would the clerk call the roll, please?
Robert Kraus,
Present.
Jason Blair,
Here.
Scott Singer,
Here.
Glenn Lewis,
Here.
David Roberts,
Here.
Mark Ham,
I'm here.
Terry Kavanaugh.
Item 11 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Economic Development Authority meeting held September 15, 2014.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll, please?
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
David Roberts.
Yes. This time we will recess the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting and reconvene the city council meeting.
All right, thank you. Let the record reflect that all the members were present at the last meeting are still present. Item number 12 is new business. Item A is citizens forum for items not on the agenda. There's no one signed up. Would anyone like to speak?
So thank you. My name is Jack Joyner. I'm here to promote Southmore Band's first annual community night event. You've seen our flyers probably around town in lots of our businesses. So what this is it's a free event for the entire community this Saturday, October 25th from 5 to 8 at Moore School Stadium. So we want to invite the entire community. It'll be free admission, inflatables, we'll have a silent auction, drawings, concessions will be available. And what this is we'll have speakers, the superintendent of Moore Public Schools, principals for both Briarwood and Plaza Towers, hopefully one or two city officials. We'll have video messages from Gary England, David Lane, so lots of speakers. And then we'll conclude the night with Southmore Band's marching show this year, which is called Forevermore. So I don't know if any of you have been to a Southmore football game this year and got to experience this show. It's a very emotional, powerful show. This show was conceived as kind of a reflection of the journey that many of these Southmore students went through on that fateful night. So it's the entire event from the initial warning through the recovery process. And really the show, we didn't do it for rankings, competitions. It's a show that allowed the students to heal, showing their emotions through music. And so we think the community will greatly benefit from seeing this show. So we just want to invite the entire community out and see our show, and hope we'll have a good turnout. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Opportunity to see it, and it is breathtaking. You did a wonderful job. Very proud. More schools in South
It truly is powerful. I've seen it a dozen times, and not too proud to admit I tear up every time I see it. So, hope everybody attends. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone else? Any items from the city council or trustees? No, you can if you want. I thought you were giving me a thank you note.
Mr. Mayor, City Council members, Mr. City Manager, I, with deep regret, have to resign my seat on this council. It's not effective immediately. It will be effective as soon as a suitable replacement is found to take my chair. As some of you know, I've accepted a position with another municipality, and as a condition of that, I'm not. It will be in conflict with my job there as the chief of police of Piedmont. So again, it's with deep regret that I will resign when the proper candidate is found.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I really have enjoyed being on council with you, and I hate to see you do that. And if I didn't know Crosby over at Piedmont was going to do that, I wouldn't have recommended you. So,
Well, I think he was. I think it was a general feeling that if something happened there and something happened here,
I understand
that it would probably be a problem. So I've enjoyed working with the council. I've learned a lot, and I came into the council at a time when there was a great crisis. So for me, it's been a very educational experience. One that has actually helped me with my new activities. So I want to thank everybody for their assistance and for their help as I transitioned into the council, and I appreciate all the work that you've done since then and will continue to do, because I believe we have one of the finest groups of people that sit on a council anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Before you make this official, do you want to compare the salaries of that job and this job?
Let's see.
Now, can we talk about those thermal imaging things?
Yeah, okay. All right. Any items from anybody else? Well, appreciate you serving, really do. Okay. Steve, any items from the city manager?
Just a couple of things, Mayor. One is just to remind you all, but also again, just to put out to the public that the contractors will be moving into the area at 19th and Broadway actually this week to begin construction down there. We certainly know that it's going to be an inconvenience for our traveling motorists and our businesses down there. We have been in contact with all of the businesses in the shopping centers and all the businesses down there, advising them as to what's going to be happening. We'll have regular updates on the city's website as far as the progress and where they'll be at. We are going to have them suspend the construction from about the week before Thanksgiving through Christmas, just so that we won't affect that. But we are doing this in anticipation of the new businesses, or one new business, particularly Sam's down there that's opening. It's our understanding that they're going to be opening in the April-May timeframe next year. So Steve Sean is not here, but I'm going to say this, that he gave me an assurance that this project would be finished before the Sam's opens. So that's the goal here. But I just wanted people to be aware of that. Chief and Galen has a new employee as Assistant Emergency Management Director that we wanted to introduce to you, and we have one of our police officers here that we'd like to introduce to you as well.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I just want to introduce to you Officer Clinton Johnson. He's been with the police department for 1.5 years. Since it seems to be the theme tonight, his first day was May 20th, 2013, if you remember that date. Very, a lot longer day than he thought it was going to be. Spent his time in communications, and we were just talking about that. It was interesting. But he came from Tuttle Police Department, so he had a little bit of a background in it, and he was very helpful when that happened. He's from Moore, grew up in Moore, and graduated from Westmore High School. He's got his associate's degree in criminal justice at Redlands Community College. He's married with 2 children and another one on the way, due in 1 month. All right? 2 weeks. So he's getting ready to be really tired again. So, yeah. So we just want to thank you for the work that you do, and we really appreciate the job you're doing, Officer Johnson. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor and Council, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce to you Debbie Wagner, who is our new Assistant Emergency Management Director. Debbie started with us a week ago, came to us from the Health Department, and she, at that time, was the coordinator for the State Medical Reserve Corps program. So we'll make sure that she gets to meet all of you, and you want to say that? Mike's yours.
Good evening.
Thanks. Yeah,
Thank you. I'm very
appreciate
glad to
it.
be here.
You find it gets really busy around May here.
I hear.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I might mention that Debbie was here on May 20th too, because she's part of the state incident management team
I've
as
seen
their
her.
liaison officer.
Yeah.
So
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That's it. Okay. At this time, executive session is item 13. Section 307, Title 25 Oklahoma statutes permits the public body to meet in executive session for certain specified reasons under certain specified conditions. It is the opinion of the city attorney that the city council may consider and adopt a motion to meet in executive session to discuss the following item. A, discuss, consider, and if deemed appropriate, consider taking possible action pending, regarding pending litigation styled Vicky J. Richardson against the city of Moore and authorization for legal counsel and staff to take action as necessary and appropriate in the interest of the defendant as authorized by 25 Oklahoma statutes 307B-4. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to convene to executive session.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Would you call the vote, please?
Robert Kraus,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, we're go to executive session.
Okay, yeah, good. Good.
Would you call the roll back from executive session, please?
Robert Kraus,
Present.
Jason Blair,
Here.
Scott Singer,
Here.
David Roberts,
Here.
Mark Ham,
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Here. Do we have on the item A, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to deny the claim.
All right. Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have a motion and a second? Will you call for the vote, please?
Robert Kraus.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, the motion is denied. Okay. Next item is adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Let's call for the vote, please.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Scott Singer,
Yes.
David Roberts,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Robert Kraus.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Thank you for coming. We are adjourned.